Individual viruses have evolved intriguing and unique lifestyles. Many have altered the world we live in and continue to do so. The ravages of smallpox and measles viruses, long ago brought inadvertently to the New World by Europeans, decimated the native populations, allowing the newcomers to invade and colonize without restraint. Since antiquity, smallpox and measles viruses had infected populations in Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. Selective pressures then weeded out the most susceptible victims and provided immunity, protection, for the survivors of infection. For example, New World natives who had never been exposed to these infectious agents were highly susceptible, readily infected, and died in huge numbers. Simultaneously, Europeans, including members of the military in the New World, died from yellow fever, especially the French forces in Haiti. As his soldiers fell victim to this virus, Napoleon decided to sell a large component of France's New World holdings to the newly formed U.S. government headed by Thomas Jefferson. Acquisition of this huge area, termed the Louisiana Purchase, allowed the United States to extend from the Caribbean shores to Canada, and then expand westward to the Pacific Ocean. Additionally, the millions paid for this purchase enabled the new Americans to avoid war with their stronger European adversaries. Thus, viruses played a commanding role in the defeat of America's native warriors, the conquest by Europeans throughout much of this continent, the dramatic increase of the slave trade, and the manifest destiny of Western expansion across the United States. Currently, we continue to witness virally caused changes in our landscape. The plague of human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, associated immunodeficiency disease, AIDS, has infected, according to some sources, over 34 million persons, but more likely closer to 39 million, of which over one-half have died. This epidemic's devastation in the African continent has resulted in severe economic and cultural changes, untold misery, loss of family structure, and enormous increases in the number of orphans. Further, the first pandemic of the 21st century, sudden acute respiratory syndrome, SARS, has already struck. Governments and international organizations like the Pan American Union, the European Union, and the World Health Organization have now set up surveillance systems to monitor such diseases. They have planned countermeasures to prevent a future plague from influenza viruses, such as those that killed 40 to 60 million people from 1918 to 1919. Perhaps more humans could succumb to mad cow-like diseases, the spongiform encephalopathies caused by a still incompletely understood agent, prions,